Hi, my name is Kevin Jans. I'm from Skyway Acquisition Solutions, and I'm here to go over a general concept of how the federal bid and proposal process works. Basically, my argument is, why is the federal market even worth bidding in? And I'll go over that. Also go over some details on the competition continuum, how the process works from what types of competitions are out there. This is a very quick version of an overall briefing, kind of give you a feel for what you do next after you get started. So, first question is, does the federal government buy what your company sells? 99.9% yes. With over a 13-digit budget, lots of things get bought, and most of the time, except for that 1/10 of 1%, what you make is bought by the federal government. Agencies local here to Florida include the Department of Defense, the Department of Homeland Security, National Park Service, U.S. Forest Service, Coast Guard, Army Corps of Engineers, lots of different opportunities. As an example, to put some numbers with my claim of how much money is moved around Florida on federal contracts, in computer networking and security, as an example, the overall market in the United States is $46 billion. In the state of Florida, that accounts for $1.2 billion that are all federal contracts that are let under just computer networking and security. Of that, $203 million is specifically competed for and won by Florida small businesses. I'm sorry, by small businesses in Florida. Big difference. The average value of those contracts is $135,000 to kind of give you a feel for how much industry and opportunity is out there. So the myth is that all federal contracts are won by those in the know, when in reality, most of those contracts, a large majority of them, are won by companies in the know. So the secret is to know how to win the contracts, is to know what the strengths of your company is and how those strengths can be used to help you win federal contracts. Not just to bid, but to actually win. So there are two federal uptrends right now that would help you get some context. One is to have more small business awards. After a recession, a lot of small business attention. President Obama actually started an agency task force recently that specifically is to build even more small business. There's a law out there that says that 23% of federal contracts need to go to small business. So the requirement is already out there. There's also the political push to have more small business awards. In addition, there's a push for more competition. In the last 10 years, after 9/11, there were a lot of contracts let in a hurry, not as much competition. That's starting to change. Over the last few years, there's been much more requirement to have more contracts competed. There's a law called the Competition and Contracting Act, which is from 1984. It's been around a long time, but the push to use this law as much as possible and compete even more has become a much bigger element. We're a competitive environment. This is a capitalist country. That law is the concept under which all federal contracts should be awarded. There are very few circumstances under which these dollars are not competed. So awareness of that law and awareness of how to win federal contracts is a huge piece. So, in some bonus material, understanding the amount of opportunities. I kind of gave you a wave top perspective on how much money in a few sectors is available. But really the trick is to know what ratio you can win. Your win ratio can be high if you understand where your strengths are in the federal market. If you know what your competitors are doing. If you know how your specific company is set up as a small business. Are you a veteran-owned small business? Are you in a hub zone? What's your past performance? What are your strengths as a prime or even as a subcontractor, so that you can bring your strengths to a large business who also has to give a small business subcontracting report to show that 23% of their work is going to small business. When you're a small business and you have specific capabilities, knowing the strengths of those and knowing where they fit in the federal market is huge information. Also, another unique piece of federal contracts is that you'll know what the evaluation factors are. They're required in the request for proposal to tell you what are the evaluation factors. What are you going to be evaluated on? Is it your past performance only? Is it your price and your past performance? Or is it technical more than the other pieces? Knowledge of that information, when you line that up with the strengths of your company, is huge, because you'll be able to see which ones you can actually win if the evaluation factor lines up with what makes your company great. And the last piece is, why should you listen to me? I've been a contracting officer for 15 years. I have lots of different experiences. I've done contracts in different continents and in about 20 different industries. This is not new information. The fact that these contracts can be won, but knowing how to win them is really the piece that makes the biggest difference. And I can give you some more information. We're going to keep this to 5 minutes. If you look on their website, you'll see even more data as far as how the overall briefing is set up. And you can also go to my website at www.skywayacquisition.com or just call me, Kevin Jans. Thanks. Have a great day.